Organizations expressed dismay over non-inclusion of Hill MLAs in state cabinet. Good morning, you are watching Karbi Anglong Live with your host Jerbon Kilingpi. And now let's hear the news in detail. People of three hill districts of Assam have been voicing their discontentment with the formation of new government in the state after none of its selected MLAs were considered for state ministerial board. Organizations of the Hill District on Sunday held a press conference where they expressed their deep disappointment and anger against the new BJP government. In the press meet, the Karbi Students and Youth Council and Karbi Farmers Association leaders urged upon the Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma for inclusions the MLAs from the Hills District's constituencies into his cabinet. The organizations in particularly demanded that the post-Hills Area Development Minister should be given to an MLA from the Hills constituency, as the post itself was created with an aim to give representation to the Hills people in the cabinet. The organizations charged that the Hill Areas Department has been a compensation to the Hill people of Karbi Anglong and Dima Hasao for their opting to remain with Assam in when the Meghalaya Autonomous State was created in 1969, and therefore, conventionally, one of the MLAs of the ruling party from the Hill areas is inducted into the state cabinet and placed him in charge of the HAD.
We offer heartiest congratulations to Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma on his assuming office as the 15th Chief Minister of Assam. Heartiest congratulations to all members of the newly constituted state cabinet. The Hills people are indignant. The Hills people have elected all the 5 BJP candidates to the state assembly from all the 5 Hills constituency. But none of the 5 MLA has been given the ministerial breadth. No one from the Hills area has been represented in the newly constituted state cabinet. The Hills area of the state have been left out. Is the Hill area not a part of Assam? Is the Hills area insignificant now in the state politics? Is none of the MLA from the Hills area incompetent and incapable to head the ministry of the state government? Why did the BJP nominate incompetent and incapable person to represent the Hills area in the state assembly? The BJP MP. The Hills area department is the end result of the joint center state study on development of Hills area in 1965. A joint center state study team was constituted by the Planning Commission to study the development program of the Hills area of Assam. The study team were headed by Sri Tarlok Singh, member Planning Commission, and later it came to be known as Tarlok Singh Commission. Considering the problem of the Hills district and significantly different from those of the other part of Assam, the committee, among other things, suggested constituted a planning board for the Assam Hills region and appointed an appointment of the Development Commission for the Hills area of the state. This is now the Hills area development came into existence. The Hills area department has been compensation to the Hills people of Karbi Anglong and Dima Hasao for their opting to remain in Assam in when the then Meghalaya Autonomous State was created in 1969, and therefore conventionally one of the MLA of the ruling party from the Hills area is inducted into the state cabinet and placed in charge of the HAD through subparagraph 3 and paragraph 14 of the 6th schedule to the constitution, empowered the governor to place one of the ministers especially in charge of the welfare of the autonomous district and autonomous region of the state. Now, the ministers from the plain has been placed in charge of HAD. It hurt the feeling and heal the people because they have strong emotional attachment with the department. One of the MLA from Hills area therefore should and could have been inducted in the state cabinet and placed in charge of the department. Had the Hill people joined Meghalaya, ministerial breadth in the state cabinet of Meghalaya would have been granted. The Hills people would have always a share part in the government.
Moreover, the organizations have expressed their disappointment over the local political leaders from Karbi Anglong and Dima Hasao for their failure to assert themselves and make their voice heard in the state politics. The organizations also slammed the BJP government, saying that if tribal representatives are intentionally kept out, then it's a direct insult of the party motto Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikash, Sabka Viswas, and would be forgiven by the people. Roshan Hanse report for Karbi Anglong Live. In a major success for Assam police and relief to the parents, 3 persons allegedly involved in trafficking children were arrested by the police in Gopur town of Biswanath district. The arrested persons include 1 woman and 2 men. The 3 persons who were arrested on Sunday by Bihali police were identified as Rajesh Panika, Jyotsna Deori and her husband Damodar Deori. According to source, the arrest was made following the information extracted from 2 persons identified as Irfan Khan and Sumon Nath, who were nabbed and handed over to the police by Bihali residents last month on April 6 on charges of trafficking 4 children from the area. The arrested 3 persons confessed to the trafficking activities and stated that they were paid between Rs 70,000 to Rs 80,000 and the children were sold off to people in Arunachal Pradesh. Meanwhile, 4 children have also been successfully rescued by the Bihali police. Chandra Singh Rongpi's report from Biswanath Sariali for Karbi Anglong Live. The long wait for rain by people of Nilip constituency ended as rain hit the region on Saturday, bringing much relief to area which, like several places across the hill districts of Karbi Anglong, are experiencing drought-like situation that has become a cause of great concerns among the people and especially the farmers. Along with other parts of the hills district of Karbi Anglong, Nilip region has been experiencing great water crisis and has been affecting all villagers and farmers due to late arrival of monsoon rain this year. The rain on Sunday finally brought huge relief and has kindled hopes among the people of Nilip constituency on witnessing slow rise of water in the wells and rivers around them. It may be mentioned that April has always been a mixed month for people of these and other areas, as storm, hailstone and rain are always expected, bringing pains and also relief for villagers and farmers, as agriculture and farming continues to be the main source of livelihood for more than 90% of the families in almost all villages in the constituency. With the rain which hit the region on Saturday, farmers have become more active and busy in clearing, tilling and burning weeds and grasses in their respective paddy fields and in other elevated farming areas with the hope that rain would now continue to fall, which is needed to soak the land and fill up their wells, canals and the rivers. Samson Intis report from Koilamati for Karbi Anglong Live. Now those were the top stories for this morning. Thanks for watching Karbi Anglong Live and stay safe.